Hey guys, it's Miss Burns again. As you can see, I'm on my couch. I rearranged, so I'm at a different area in the living room now. Exciting times, am I right? So Friday I posted an IXL assignment, but I was having some technical difficulties, so my video did not get posted. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about Friday's assignment, which is something we're all really familiar with, and then jump in today's assignment. So I'm going to go over the example. The assignment was making inferences from the text. So we all know what that means. It's coming up with your own conclusion based on what the text tells you, right? All right. Let me pull up the example. Okay, so it's a short passage, and it says, not Rose, excuse me. Ross packed up his backpack, grabbed his coat from the classroom closet, and left. As he struggled into the coat, he noticed the sleeves were too short and the shoulders felt too tight. Ross looked at the tag on the coat and groaned. Oh no. My little brother's name is Ross, and this is exactly something that would happen to him. Love him. So based on the text, which sentence is more likely to be true? So what do we know? From that text, we know that he got his backpack, his coat, and he left school, right? So he's having to struggle to get into his coat. The sleeves are too short, the shoulders are too tight. Then he looks at the tag and he's like, So, which of these is more likely to be true? Ross's coat shrunk in the closet. Okay. Or Ross took the wrong coat from the closet. Now, we all know how much I love Harry Potter. But we can assume that this is not Hogwarts, where things like magically shrinking clothing can happen in the course of a day. So we can use what we read, and we know that in all probability, Ross took the wrong coat from the closet. Right, guys? Right? Yes. So that one, it's very simple. Most of them are going to be similar to that. Again, this is just practice to get you in the habit of making inferences when you read. It should be something that you're constantly thinking about. So, with that being said, go through those, read the text. They're all short text. I say that every time, but I know that some of you do not enjoy the longer passages, which we eventually will get to anyway, but I'll try to keep that fun. So yeah, making inferences, work through that, go through those, think about them. If any of them are a little tricky, just think it through and look at what information you actually have in front of you and what answer makes the most sense, most logical sense. Okay? The assignment for today is identifying the elements of a story elements. There's a basic 5. As we progress, that moves up to 7 and 8 basic elements. For right now, I'm going to focus on the 5 essential elements. I'm posting a PDF with all of those elements and a definition. It gives examples and things like that, which we're going to talk about that, but I want you to have that to reference if you need to. The examples that I looked at are basically you're going to read a passage and it's going to ask you, for instance, what is the setting of this story? So we're going to talk about those a little again. So if you were watching a movie, this video were a movie, first of all, who would the characters be? that'd be me. And you guys, given this format, this interactive, hopefully, format, you guys would also be characters. Um, the setting is my house and wherever you are. My house, look, see? Well, you can't really see, but it's fine. I can do this. That's my wall behind my couch, little John Lennon. So this is the setting, Miss Burns' house. The plot thickened, didn't it? So we've been working through this remote working for us and distance learning, online learning for you guys. It's been, a lot of struggle, and that would be the plot. How we have, started from a classroom setting and then COVID-19, the coronavirus pandemic, kind of snowballed. And so now here we are. It's been a huge adjustment for all of us, us included, you guys especially, and we're just doing our very best to make this work for you guys so that you don't lose any momentum. So that would be our plot. And then the conflict in that plot. The conflict is the problem, I guess is the best way to put that. There are lots of different types of conflict that we talked about a couple months ago. Man versus man, man versus technology, man versus nature, man versus environment. There are a couple other ones. So if we were to look at the plot of our story, what's happened with us, there'd be a couple of conflicts. So think about what some of those might be. Like what would you think of as a conflict you've experienced? And I know there's a couple that we've all experienced. The first would be man versus man. And that doesn't mean a fight. That just means a problem or conflict that has to be solved. So the man versus man conflict would be teacher versus student, but not in a negative way. It just means that we are working out a problem to get you guys to the table and us to the table and share our information so that we can all still remain intact. So that's the conflict that we're all experiencing. And also, man versus nature or environment. I think that either of those would be considered correct because, our environments have changed and that creates a conflict. Some people don't have internet access. Some people don't have access to computers. And that is a conflict for all of us. By the way, if that is you or if you know someone, please refer back to the resources that we shared about internet. And I think Miss True Love shared something about computers. So please use all those resources. But man versus nature. We all have a conflict with this pandemic and how we're having to adjust our lives. So all of that comes into play. And then there is resolution. That's how the action of the story, the plot, is resolved. Literally, resolution resolved. Granted, our situations are not completely resolved, but we have found some ways to resolve certain aspects of this conflict, of these problems. This, sitting right here doing this is one of them. Reaching out to you guys, the Facebook page, Google Classroom, email, YouTube, all of these things that we're using as resources to keep you guys engaged. So if this were the story, we'd still have a ways to go, but we will be working towards the resolution. So I hope you guys are having a good time watching our videos. I hope that you're enjoying us acting a fool on YouTube. But even though I can't see all of you, it makes me feel more connected to you. I love you all. I'm gonna say that every single day, just like I did at school. I miss telling, or at the center, sorry. I miss telling all of you good morning. I miss seeing you walk in the building. I even miss some of you being in a terrible mood and me sometimes being able to talk to you and in some way try to make you feel a little bit better. Sometimes I think I did. Sometimes I didn't. And, I apologize. Maybe next time, right? But I spend more time with you guys than I do my own family. I'm there more than I'm at home. So, you guys are a part of my life. And I think about you. I worry about you. And I want you all to be okay. I know that a lot of things are not resolved about anything these days. But I just want you guys to stay strong and remember that we are a team and we stick together. And even though these obstacles are happening, and I know that they are so frustrating and upsetting, honestly, for some of you, and me too, but we're a team, and we're going to get through it, and we're going to come out stronger than ever, okay? So, with that being said, I love you guys. Please look at the PDF. Pull that up while you're working. It'll give you some insight if you need some assistance. Again, as always, if you need me, you can reach out to me. My email is reading2gjcc@gmail.com. You can reach me on the YouTube channel. You can reach me through Google Classroom. Any of those, or you can tag me. If you have a question on the Facebook page, you can tag me. Any of those things, just whatever you need, let us know. We love you. And again, make good choices. Stay safe, stay well. I guess that's it for today. Happy Monday. Have a great week. I'll see you tomorrow.